Living and studying in Rome is an opportunity to experience the Church as one holy, Catholic, and apostolic. Rome is an inexhaustible city with countless treasures to discover, to explore, to come to know and love. I consider Rome as a teacher in herself, the opportunity to wander the streets, to walk in the footsteps of the saints, to encounter pilgrims from around the world that come to have their faith strengthened through the opportunity to be in the presence of Pope Benedict, the successor of Peter, who 2,000 years after the apostolic mission and martyrdom of St. Peter and the apostles continues to preach the gospel in all its fidelity. I continue to be strengthened and amazed by the daily experiences to encounter people from every corner of the earth. This truly is an expression, especially in the classroom at the Gregorian University, of the true universality of the Church that is extended throughout the world.
Here in Rome, there are over 300 Jesuits working in various institutions that have been given to the Society of Jesus over the years by the popes, entrusting them to us because they serve the universal Church. They're not here just to serve Rome or Italy. I'm referring to things like the Gregorian Consortium, which is made up of the Pontifical Gregorian University, the Pontifical Biblical Institute, and the Pontifical Oriental Institute. These three educational institutions are premier educational institutions in the Church for training future leaders all over the world. Their students come from over 130 countries. 20% of the bishops in the world are graduates of one of these institutions, many of the cardinals. In the United States, many of our bishops have been educated, especially at the higher levels of theology, in one of these institutions. And so what happens here is done for the sake of the Church universal, not just the local church at all.
I'm still discovering these quite famous and unique institutions, which has been founded by St. Ignatius of Loyola in 1551. I can tell you, it's a very impressive, important and wonderful place. Impressive with the students coming from all over the world, from more or less 115 countries. There are about 2,600 students. Impressive with the professors, Jesuits and not Jesuits, part-time and full-time. There are about 400, very dedicated and committed to the Church, to the Society of Jesus, to their students and to the academic work. Not only impressive, but important, because we are in Rome. And Rome is not only the center of the Church, it's really the heart of the Church. Without a heart, nobody can live and love. And I do think that it's our purpose to help our students to serve God, Christ, the Church, and all the people of goodwill with a vibrant mind and a loving heart. Not only impressive, not only important, but also a wonderful place.
El Papa estaba suficientemente preocupado como para crear l'École biblique de Jerusalén en el año 1890, pero también quería que en Roma hubiera un centro de estudios. No lo pudo crear hasta el 1909. En 1902 había creado la Comisión Bíblica como indicio de su preocupación por el acercamiento a la Sagrada Escritura en aquel tiempo. Y ya a partir de 1909 comienza la tarea académica y formativa del Pontificio Instituto Bíblico. Momentos importantes de su existencia, además del de su fundación, fue el trabajo realizado en el Concilio Vaticano II.
We have here at the Oriental Institute a tremendous diversity of students. Students come from over 50 countries. A number of our students are not Catholic. We have many Orthodox students here at the Institute. A number of our students are women who come from a tradition which has traditionally been male-dominated. It's this wonderful diversity that's such a treasure here at the Institute. Our students come together, speak with each other, but deepen their knowledge of these traditions and then spread them to the church. This is our treasure, our students, our faculty, our wonderful library, which is sought out by scholars from all over the world. But the greatest treasure is that of the Eastern traditions, which we try as best we can to make known to the universal church, to make known to all the world.
We exist for our students. That's our focus here. That's what we are about, forming students to be leaders in the church for the future. As the Vice Rector of Administration, I try to make sure that all of the various operating parts of the university, the library, the information technology, the Secretary General, all of those work to be of service for our students. What I find also very, very interesting is the sort of practical application about this as being dean. We have students from all over the world who come to study with us, and they have an extraordinary hunger for information, for learning. For what end? They leave here formed to be leaders in their own countries, in their own places. That means they go back to be the leaders of social programs, the leaders of spiritual programs, and the leaders of works within their diocese. These people form a real core of people who are providing the vision for the Catholic Church into the future.
I began my studies here in 2005, and I can say that my time here has been truly transformational. The experience of being at the Gregorian gives one not only a superior academic education and the foundation of the faith, but you also receive a spiritual education in the sense that being in Rome allows a particular closeness to the Vatican. It allows you to experience the universal nature of the Church, to be surrounded by students from other cultures, other languages. The challenges of living in Rome also are extremely formational on a human level. To be able to face the challenges of life in another country grows you in a depth of your own humanity, a compassion for others that would not be possible without being in Rome.
I believe that the Society of Jesus has prepared me to return back to my home diocese to preach and to teach the truths of the faith. I'm particularly grateful for the pedagogy that the Jesuits use here at the Gregorian University. All of my professors begin with the sacred scriptures, and moving from the Old Testament to the revelation of Jesus Christ in the New Testament, through the fathers and the doctors of the Church, they show us how theology and our doctrine develops organically to bring us to a better and more true understanding of the truths of the faith. I believe that my education here at the heart of the Church at the Gregorian University will better make me able to explain the truths of the faith.
The university aims to prepare its students for a church of the third millennium. That is, a church that is based much more on a dialogical and communal model as opposed to one that's purely hierarchical.
When I'm in the classroom, I look out upon the United Nations in many ways. It's an enriching experience, and we all benefit from being together as we study the Catholic faith and probe the depths of theological reflection. In addition to my work then with the students in the classroom, there's always that opportunity to be with the students outside of class. And there's a snack bar, a cappuccino bar here in the university. And I do spend a fair amount of my time down there as well, resting, but also spending time with the students. And I think that's a key element of Ignatian pedagogy. It's not just simply educating the mind, but the entire person. And to spend time with our students, then both in the classroom and also outside of the classroom, having a cup of tea or a cappuccino or the like. And then in addition to that, there's opportunities for spiritual conversation and dialogue with our students.
The Gregorian University is also concerned to prepare us for a church that is meeting a crisis of faith and culture in certain parts of the world. A church that has lost its credibility, even some would say, in certain parts of the world.